All day tonight, people are rallying, hoping to put a stop to sex offender transfers off McNeil Island. This is a story Fox 13 has been following closely after the Department of Health and Human Services said 5 sexually violent predators would be moving to Tenino. The home is vacant for now, but other residents say they're dealing with the exact same issue.
Fox 13's Alejandra Guzman spoke with them, and she shares their frustrations.
Parents clinging on to their children's hands are among the dozens of residents protesting in Enumclaw and Tenino.
We love our kids.
It's kids. It's our whole families.
I feel angry. I feel scared.
Don't surprise any more neighborhoods. Don't put any more children or women in danger of assault.
A real fear for Paul Hagan, who lives just across the street from a less restrictive alternative, LRA community housing in Enumclaw.
Were you ever made aware that this was happening?
Nope.
An issue many say has been their biggest concern, not knowing what is happening in their communities.
He's in our neighborhood. He is seeing our children. We're how many feet away from the bus stop?
The bus stop is just right here.
So,
it's just right here.
Several neighbors say they've spent thousands of dollars adding to their home security systems and installing more lights to keep an eye on who comes on and off their property.
While this first man is a child molester, who's to say what the next 4 or 5 men are? For all we know, they're women is their target. So how do you think that makes me feel? Because I live in that house by myself.
Not only are residents dealing with a new sense of insecurity, they say their home property values are dipping as a result. The LRA community housing looks like your average home right next door. There are 12 in Pierce County, 7 in King County. Snohomish and Spokane each have 3. Thurston and Kitsap have 2 each, and there's 1 in Walla Walla. Only 4 are contracted through the Department of Social and Health Services. Those are in King, Pierce, Thurston, and Kitsap counties. The others are contracts between the provider and the court. Placements have been happening since the 90s, according to Governor Jay Inslee's office, who sent us this statement saying in part, quote, SB 5163 aimed to prevent 1 or 2 communities from having to absorb all those placements, particularly of individuals who aren't from there. The bill was passed during the 2021-2022 legislative session.
We are actually calling on the governor to use his executive authority.
Representative Jan Griffey helped sponsor House Bill 1813 and 1734, which would look at LRA sightings and help improve community outreach while putting a moratorium on releases. Those bills now dead, at least for this session.
This is an issue that's going to affect a lot of people in Washington state. It's not a rural versus urban issue. It's not a them versus us issue. This is an issue for everyone. It can happen in your neighborhood.
it's scary because you just know what's going to come next from this, and that this state and these programs are allowing more victims like me to come out of this with lifelong trauma.
Alejandra Guzman, Fox 13 News.
DSHS says there are currently 62 sexually violent predators on conditional release at LRAs. The DOC is investigating the placement of 9 of them. Those plans still need to be approved by the court. DSHS says they're not aware of any other contracts, but that could change. And moving forward, lawmakers are hoping to introduce the bills again next year.